Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Muhammad Kadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Many blessings and salutations into the hopeful elect, the house of David, that by after our die, for whom these epistles are written for in these last days, shalom to the elect. So, I was doing some reading, looking up some things, whatever, keeping an eye on the ball, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Shai, for which we do, for which everything comes. All right. And the spirit moving real quickly with all this distraction that's going on out here that Esau has playing out, whether in the real world or in social media landscape. It's important for us, brothers and sisters, to, always remain, the main thing is always the main thing, keeping your eye on the ball and not, relinquishing, focus, for a better, for lack of a better word. So I pulled up this article, thought it was pretty interesting. This happened like a day or so. And of course, he's doing this in the background, because if you're not paying attention, guess what? When this thing comes to fruition, which is pretty much already here, but when it comes to fruition, then, there's going to be a lot of, oh, I didn't see it, mainly from the world, because the world is not geared towards prophecy. The world is geared towards, feminist icons, fair use, YouTube, fair use. They're geared toward, all the follies of this world, and we're just not geared that way. And we're going to continue moving in the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay. It says, Axoft raises $55 million to advance BCI made of fluoron. All right. It says the fund, this is from Medical Device Network. Go figure, right? It says the funds will advance Exoft's existing clinical trial programs and progress U.S. regulatory activities for its implantable brain-computer interface, man. It says with the completion of a $55 million fundraise, it says Axoft is planning to advance the development of its implantable brain-computer interfaces. It says the Massachusetts-based company oversubscribed Series A round was led by CP Group Innovation. Additional backers, including Alumni Ventures and Stanford's President Venture Fund and Gorong Ventures, also participated. So, Esau's all in this. Since Axoft was founded in 2021, it has completed first in-human clinical trials, implanting its BCIs in more than 11 patients worldwide. The Series A funds will primarily support the continuation of existing global clinical trials, Axoft said, and progress ongoing U.S. regulatory activities for the technology. Let me break that down. Basically, they have people that on their behalf going up to Congress lobbying for it. Remember when Biden said that? He said, make no mistake, you will be lobbying about this in the near future. Remember Biden said that in the 90s? You will rule on this. Yeah, he wasn't lying. It says BCIs are a technology that allows for the direct communication between human brain and external device, such as a computer or robotic limb, by interpreting neural signals. For neurological disorders, Axoft is convinced that its BCIs have the potential to advance how they are treated and assessed by providing access to neural activity that cannot be captured through traditional exams or external imaging alone. Axoft's finesse study, completed in April 2025, demonstrated that its probes remain safe and stable over the 20-minute implant duration, with no signal drift at the single neutron or neuron resolution. So I don't know if you've been getting commercials on your pages or YouTube pages or whatever. When you watch a video, and it's been a lot of Starlink. Starlink has been advertising their services for internet service. Okay, this is all a part of the game, guys. Starlink, the BCIs, the microchip, Microsoft, all this planning. It's all a part of the grid. So you could be online, okay, and pretty much they want you to be online all day, every day, with that chip inside you. Okay, that's where it's going to. Okay. It says Axos BCIs are made using fluorine, a material that facilitates neural data capture over longer periods of time due to its biocompatibility, the company stated. Axos also said it would use the funds to build out a good manufacturing practice. It says facility in Boston for mass production of its BCIs, man. This is not something that the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai just forsook. This is a major deal. This is a major, major deal, man. And he's doing this as what? Peace and safety. Okay? He's selling you on the idea of living forever. Transhumanism. Okay? This is First Maccabees 1:41, because he wants you to come together under his new system. But he has to be the one to lead it. First Maccabees 1:41, it says, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. This is during the Greek captivity. He hasn't changed that stance since then. Esau has been remarkably consistent on this. Okay? He was promised the blessing of the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven by ruling it with the sword. And he's doing it right now as the Romans. Verse 41, verse 42, it says, and everyone should leave their laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbaths, which he's doing right now. This is all tracking. Okay. It says, for the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem, like that article I was reading from Medical Device Network. Might I add, it says, for the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, that they should profane the Sabbaths and the festival days. That's right. So he wants you to profane the Heavenly Father by putting a foreign substance inside of you that belongs to Esau, because he's patented it. And once you put it inside of you, now you belong to Esau. And pollute the sanctuary and holy people. That's exactly what this is all about. He wants to be able to tell the Most High that no, these are not your people anymore. They belong to me. All a part of his plan. Okay. 2 Thessalonians 2:3, it says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. We fell away from our law, statutes, and commandments because the Heavenly Father had that to happen for our punishment. But eventually, the elect will return. It says, and that man of sin be revealed, which he's being revealed right now. The articles like this, videos I'm going to play later, he's being revealed right now in this very time. Okay. It says, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. That's right. This is all this is. He's exercising his right to rule over this earth right now through prophecy. But what he's trying to avoid is the eventual fall of his kingdom. That's what he's trying to avoid. He's trying to upset prophecy. He knows what's in the Bible. He watches our videos more than you do. Okay. Okay. He has people literally out to watch what we do. Okay. And don't think he doesn't know. Oh, he knows. Matter of fact, let's get that. Let's get Jeremiah. He knows what's going on. People who dismiss us, walk by us every day, ride by us every day, dismiss what we're saying, think we're just crazy. They don't give a shit. They just fuel for the fire anyway. When them nukes are flying, they just gonna be fuel for those nukes. But the actual people who matter, they watch everything we say and do. Okay. This is Jeremiah 50 and 43. It says, the king of Babylon have heard the report of them, and his hands waxed feeble. Anguish took hold of him, and pangs as of a woman in travail. That's right. He's like, damn. And now you see all these things playing out. Okay. World War III at the cusp, which we already in it, but it's just, now we need to see some fighting. We need to get this thing cranked up. You got women against men. Okay. It's a gender war. Okay. Everybody against each other, racial groups against each other. Hey, you got inner hostility within racial groups, the same racial group like the Hebrew Israelites. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You call yourselves blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, but really you're the same people. Okay. We don't care how you feel about it. It's just the truth. You'll get it one day. Maybe not today, but you'll get it probably when the nukes are flying. That's when you'll probably understand what we're talking about. So the point of this is, there's division all over the earth. And Esau knows this. He plays a part. He plays a part in it because power was given unto him to do exactly what's going on. But what he doesn't understand is it was given unto him to do what he's doing so that his kingdom may fall faster. Okay. The whole exercise of this is for him to fall faster by his own hands through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. And he's trying to get this chip going real fast because he knows he can see the fall. Okay. This is Revelation 6:4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and that red goes back to him, to his forefather Esau. Okay. He came out red all over like a hairy garment. All right. There was a description made about him and his skin complexion. Okay. It says, and then another horse, and the horse represents power. So power was given unto him. Okay. All right. It says was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And that's exactly what he's doing. It's division everywhere. It's the divide and conquer strategy. Okay. That's why he called you black, Latinos, and Native Americans. You don't think this devil got all the records locked up in the Vatican? You don't think he knows who you are? He knows exactly who you are. That's why you're in the position you're in. He created a society where you're a perpetual slave. Okay. Unfortunately for him, though, the elect has awakened, and they know what's going on. So he's scrambling. Okay. It says, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. That's right. So he's been given the blessing of the sword, and he's using it. Okay. He's using it. He's the son of perdition, man. Okay. It says, who opposes and exalts, Second Thessalonians 2:4, who opposes and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High. That's including you, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. He exalts himself over you. He places you last in the society. That's why you lead the lead in everything. He purposely puts it in your foods. That's why you have something called food deserts in your communities. He absolutely despises you. And more importantly, what you represent. You represent the Most High here on the earth. He knows this. That's why he targets you in everything. And this is no different. That's why the BCIs, all of this is going to be tried on you first. Okay. It says, he opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple as the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. That's right. And a lot of our people are going to, unfortunately, they're gonna listen to this, and they're gonna take that chip. Okay, they're gonna take that chip. It's written. They're gonna take it. 2/3 of the nation of Israel are going to be cut off, and they're going to have to die. It is what it is. Okay, this is Second Thessalonians 2:7. And no, we don't know who they are. We just know that 2/3 are going to die. That's a big number. 1/3 is going to be saved of the nation of Israel. Okay, it says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. That's right. This is the Heavenly Father's fight, not yours. This is the Heavenly Father's vengeance, not yours. Okay? Just don't take that chip. All right, it says, and then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord Yahweh shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, which is Yahweh. Okay? The spirit of his mouth is the prophets. The brightness of his coming is Yahweh. Verse 9, it says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. And this right here, when he's saying that, listen, we're going to be able to cure, all ailments. We put that chip inside you. You're going to be able to do things that you never thought you could do, which is partly true. But the biggest problem is now you become his property, and he could just turn your chip off and you'll just, perish. Or if you get paid, he could take your money from your chip. He don't need a reason either. That's him opposing. That's him opposing and exalting himself above all that is called the Most High. That's him doing that. Okay, he has the power to move things without your will, without your say so. Okay. Verse 10, and with all deceivableness and of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And that's talking to you, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and Israelites that look like one of the nations, whether the other nations. But your forefather goes back to one of the 12 tribes of Jacob. Okay. Hey, listen. We know that there's going to be a lot of death out here. We're not fake. Listen, it's going to be crazy. We not. Those of us that's in the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah, we're not ignorant to how this is going to play out. We just don't know how. I mean, we just don't know what it's going to look like, but we know that it's going to, because it's written. So we know it's going to be a Jacob's trouble. It's going to be on another level, y'all. Okay, stuff we ain't never seen in our life. We never experienced. You never experienced seeing somebody explode right next to you. That's what's going to be happening out here. You're going to be hearing women screaming, okay, with that terrible bug, that blood curdling noise. You're going to hear a grown man screaming like that too. Okay. It ain't going to be it ain't just going to be women out here getting seized. It's going to be men too. You got a lot of GAY warriors out here too now. Okay, Fleece Johnson ain't the only one. I'm just keeping it real. But then once you see all that, you're going to be desperate to take anything to go back to normal. And that's where Esau comes in with his order at Kao. Okay. It says, and for this cause, the Most High shall send them strong delusion that they shall believe a lie. That's right. So delusional is the word of the day around here. Okay. People are going to be so desperate for answers that they going to take whatever. And Esau is going to be right there. That's why he created the problem. That's why he took peace from the earth. He did it exactly for this reason, because he knew eventually you're going to have to come to him for the answers. And the Most High is going to give you, if you're a 2/3 nigga, okay, you're disrespecting the truth, your doctrine's off, you out here praising some fucking Jesus Christ, the Lord is going to give you a strong delusion so that you can believe a lie, so that when you take that chip, he's going to destroy your ass. Okay? He's going to destroy you. You ain't got to believe us. Believe what the Bible says. This is Revelation 14:9. It says, and the third angel, which, 3 represents understanding, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, which means righteous anger. It says that he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, that's those intercontinental ballistic missiles, in the presence of the holy angels, which are the elect, 1/3, okay, and in the presence of the Lamb, which is Yahushua. So Yahushua and the angels are going to be sitting, watching as you burn the hell on up, okay, for your discrepancy, or not discrepancy, but for your demonic thought process of thinking that I'm gonna somehow get out of what we Jacob's trouble, you know. And you thought the easy way was to take the chip, and the Heavenly Father disagreed vehemently. Okay, Verse 11, it says, and the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark in his name. You took that mark, you're going to die. Okay, we can get Revelation 13, but you already know what it says. Both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. It don't matter. You take that chip, though, Revelation 14:9 is going to commence upon you. Okay? Esau knows this. Esau knows this. And that's why when videos like this come out, man, Esau be on alert. Esau be on alert with this, man. Back in the article, it says Axel CEO Dr. Paul LeFloc said this new funding and strategic support from CP Group Innovation allows us to expand our work into global markets with multiple inhuman clinical studies underway and several industrial and academic organizations already using fluoride for their own research and development. Axoff is well positioned to unlock new treatments for patients suffering from neurological disorders while also benefiting from the broader biomedical engineering community by making our novel material platform widely available, man. Come on, guys. He telling you this in the article. This shit already. They've already lobbied for it and already got it pretty much written in the bills. You know, advancing at a rapid pace, BCIs are under development to address various conditions, including chronic pain, epilepsy, and the restoration of movement in paralyzed individuals. What does this sound like? What does it sound like? What does it sound like? Sounds like peace and safety, right? Isaiah 32:4, the heart also of the rash shall understand knowledge. It says, and the tongue of the stammerers shall be ready to speak plainly, man. And that's what we're doing. We're speaking plainly, stammering, kind of over our words, stuttering a little bit, but we're plainly speaking unto you, understanding that if you take that chip, you're going to be destroyed. Okay, verse 5, the vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. For the vile person will speak villainy, right, just like in this article, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy, man. They want you to put a foreign substance inside of you, and they're calling it a medical breakthrough for safety. It says, and to utter error against the Lord Yahweh. That's what he's saying. Like, man, the Most High messed you up, but guess what? We can correct you. We can make you better. We can transform you into something different. It says to make empty the soul of the hungry, which those are the Israelites, man. They're the soul of the hungry, man. They're hungry for knowledge of what the fuck is going on, and they can't get it because the devil is lying to them, which was prophesied for him to do. And that's why the Lord said he going to send them a strong delusion. You Israelites that take this chip, you're under some type of delusion, and you're gonna at that time you're gonna listen to that delusion, man, and that delusion gonna sound real good to your ears, man, because you ain't ate in 2 weeks. Okay, it's gonna sound real good when you see your children basically rotting away, man. Dirty ain't had a shower in a month. That strong delusion is gonna really sound good. We're trying to give you an idea of how bad this is really gonna get, and if you're not ready to stay steady, focused on the prize at hand, you're not preparing yourself right now. It's just like getting ready to go for a heavyweight championship fight, and you ain't been in the gym none. You about to get your fucking head knocked off your body. You know, it says to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail, man. You're going to be thirsty for regulation. You'll be thirsty and hungry for some normalcy. You're going to be happy to just have $4 gas and $4 fuel, $4 a gallon fuel, man. Man, remember we had $4 for some fuel. Then he gonna promise you, look, if you take this chip, we're gonna cut your fuel prices in half, man. We're gonna go back to $2 a gallon. Niggas gonna take that chip willingly, man, and film it live on YouTube. You niggas are 2/3 are gonna be destroyed, man. Okay, you take this and you will be destroyed. Okay, this is not maybe. Verse 7, it says the instruments also of the churl are evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right, man. This is what he does, man. This is what he does. And when we tell people, hey, look, man, you listen to this devil and you're going to be right in the pit with him. Okay, this is Psalm 58:2. It says, yea, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth, man. He was given power to do this. Verse 3, it says, the wicked are estranged from the womb, they go astray speaking lies. Okay, the wicked are estranged from the womb, they go astray as soon as they be born speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely, man. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and neighbor, man, especially you so-called blacks and Latinos, man. Boy, y'all kiss the so-called white man's ass, boy. Like that chick, Ashley Janae, fair use YouTube, right? That man, she was kissing kissing Edomite's ass, man. And guess who? She got put to flight, man, by an Edomite, allegedly. Hey, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are. Wait, look, we all gonna be here for the test, but the righteous ones, they're gonna endure until the end. Endurance until the end. Okay. And they're going to do whatever they got to do to get you in line. So if they got to get your favorite artist like Meg Thee Stallion or Beyonce, if they want to get your favorite artist to sing a song about you implanting, being transformed into a new creature, okay, you're going to have better sight. You don't need to wear glasses no more. You're going to be able to stand upright. Okay, you're going to be able to do a lot of so-called miraculous things, man, but really it's a lie. It's all lies. And you bought into delusion, and now you're going to be destroyed by intercontinental ballistic missiles. America is the lake of fire. Don't let these people fool you. This is Psalms 10:1. It says, why standest thou afar, O Lord Yahweh? Why hidest thyself in times of trouble? Man, he ain't. This is the time of testing, the hour of temptation. Verse 2, it says, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous whom the Lord Yahweh abhorreth. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. That's right. He don't care. The point of his relevance is for you to take that chip so that he can say to the Most High, no, they belong to me. Okay? His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. That's right. And that's including you. Although he's smiling and clapping and patting you on the back, telling you doing a good job, Jamal. All right, Keisha, keep up the good work. There's a promotion in your future. This devil cares nothing about you. Okay? He cares so little about you that he knows deep down that he's getting ready to fall. So he said, fuck it, I'm going to take everybody with me. This is the type of sick effort you're dealing with here. If I can't rule the earth, fuck it, let's destroy it all. And everything in it. He has said in his heart, verse 6, he has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. That's a proud, wicked devil, man. He's saying this in his mind. That's proud as shit. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity, man. You listen to that article, it sounds like good things. But it's not. None of it. It's all lies. And you bought it 2/3 nigga and nigga. You bought it. Hook, line, sinker. You've been bamboozled, hoodwinked, run amok. Verse 8, it says, he sitteth in lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. All should be one. That's what he wants. Verse 10, it says, he croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He has said in his heart, the Most High have forgotten. He hidden his face. He will never see it. Oh, man. The Most High sees everything, knows everything. Hell, he created them to do what they're doing. And yet, people look at us and they say, no, we're the bugged out ones. Listen, it is what it is. Believe what you want to believe. The point of this exercise is that you are going to take that chip. Okay?
Freedom lovers, this is Makia with the Freedom Articles. In this video, we're going to take a look at a recent development, which is that China has now implanted 3 people in human trials with brain chips. And that puts it exactly on par with Elon Musk and his Neuralink. So for the background to this, check out some of my previous videos. I'm talking about how the AI race is not really a race. It's a complete collaboration. All countries in the world are actively helping each other, assisting each other in developing all of this. Russia is right on board with pushing AI out hard in a lot of areas of its society. We've got Trump, of course, who's been chosen as a tool to implement the technocracy, surrounding himself with the PayPal mafia of Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, and lots of other big bro tech millionaires, and they're all going to be pushing it even harder, the technocratic agenda, with Trump at the helm, Trump not really fully understanding it. And this goes back, of course, a long time, much before Trump, but even during the whole COVID scamdemic, the nanotech agenda was being pushed out very hard as well. And this is just the basic robotization or the machinization of humanity. It's happening on all these different levels, the nano level, the artificial intelligence level. And of course, they want to get chips in the brain. They want to get some control over our thoughts and emotions, because then rebellion or revolution would become impossible. So that's the number one aim behind all of this, despite what they say, despite what they tell us it can do for disabled people or paraplegics or whatever. Yeah, it can have lots of other side benefits that can help humanity, but that's not really why the New World Order controllers are pushing this out. So anyway, these three people now have gotten this noise cyber chip, which is part of the Chinese version of the brain chip. They've called it Binal number 1. And you can read this article if you want. It talks about the details of it. Now, it wasn't that long ago, it was last year actually, when China announced that they were able to make a monkey, with its thoughts alone, pick up a strawberry using a robotic arm. So this technology is rapidly advancing. It's really not going to be that long now, but between now and when these chips will be able to do crazy things, and whether it'll be like a lace or a net or a chip, I don't know how much that's really going to matter, because they're going to want this thing inside people's heads, and they're going to be able to remotely control it. It's going to be hackable, even if they say it won't be. There's no way that we can trust that these kind of things won't be hackable. Once it's inside your body, you're not going to be able to have control over whether it's hacked, whether remote commands are sent to it. And this reality that people have been warning about is now upon us. We're at an age where now they're doing the active human trials. In fact, in this article, China is saying that it wants to do 13 individuals by the end of the year, and it wants to overtake Musk. But it's interesting that Musk and this Chinese company are exactly on par with each other, having both done 3 people so far in human trials. And here we go. Here's an article from a little while ago talking about, it was at the start of this year actually, January 2025, talking about how Musk had done a 3rd patient with the Neuralink brain implant. So they're exactly on board with each other right now. China will end up going ahead, it looks like, because China has been given the green card and the capital and the blessing to lead in this area, to become, I think, the new center of power in the world going forward. But all of this is a collaboration. It's not a race. And we haven't really got that much time if we want to wake people up, because once these chips get inside people's heads, it's going to be a very, very different thing when we're talking about rulers versus slaves and when we're talking about raising collective human consciousness. So anyway, this video today is going to be short, but this is important news and really something to consider when you think about what kind of time we're living in and the acceleration of the New World Order agenda. As always, don't take my word for it, do your own research. Please leave your comments, and all links are placed in the show notes below every time. If you like this video and feel that I've earned it, please like, share.
Yeah, so that's the point. So through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, these things are being revealed, and there ain't gonna be no more excuses, man. Or you can come up with some excuses, but you do whatever you please. But those strong delusions are going to be the reason why you took that chip. And guess what? The Most High gave you over to him. So with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Al-Shai, Ba'ashem, Wahara Kakadash, Shalom to the elect.